you all went back to your campsite, looked around a little bit, found some of your things that you had forgotten to grab when you'd run off into the forest, and you know that your tracks are coming from the south.
And these were our tracks.
It is morning.
She looked for tracks.
Do you guys want to take a fair chance to describe yourselves now that we have a chance to think about it?
Yeah, absolutely. Did you want to start? Describe yourself. A little bit more detail rather than
what you're wearing.
Yeah.
Besides your skin, hair, eyes.
Who are you wearing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, this squirrel.
She. Wait, do you want me to just what she's wearing, or
just describe yourself?
If we were to zoom in,
I have white hair, and it's like mid-length, and it's white, and it kind of moves a little bit when I'm standing still, which is kind of weird. But you're not sure if it's really moving. And my skin is fair, but has a blue tint to it. I have really deep blue eyes, and I'm wearing scale mail. Right, that's what it is.
And I have scales.
And just like a normal like tunic that's like a light kind of like purple, like lavender.
Does she appear to be
tall boots,
pretty,
young, like childish, teenage, young adult?
She looks like she could be. She's like young adults, and you know she tries to act like she's older than she looks.
She's carrying a weapon?
Yes, a glaive. Is that right? What it's called? Okay. And
is that like the same size as her? What's that kind of look like?
It's pretty tall. It looks like she can't use it. Okay. It's kind of comical that she has it because she's pretty
typical
little.
Anime video games.
Is she pretty small?
Yeah, she's like 5'3", and she's just little.
So the glaive is probably like 6'3".
It's like twice. I mean, it's like it's big.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's kind of comical that. So anybody who sees her is kind of like.
How do you go through doorways? Tilt it down at the person in front of you.
And she carries it on her back, and so it's at an angle.
So she's got a strap on it.
Yeah, like a little,
it on her back.
like a clip on Velcro.
Cool.
Yeah. It's probably like a
definitely like a strap.
A little under than a foot taller than her.
Okay.
So. I thought we were gonna go over strap details.
No.
What color is the strap? What animal did it come from?
I don't know.
Beaver.
Okay, this is like the detail that I just don't want to get into. Okay, so let's just move on.
It's going to help me visualize you. I don't know about other people.
It's malleable, waterproof.
Yeah, it's super important. Beaver. Beaver all the way.
Does that have fur on it?
The tail's still attached.
Oh my gosh, I'm a detail-oriented person, but not like this. I get a little like, oh gosh.
We've gone too far.
Yeah, you pushed me too far.
Here's the line.
We went too far.
Because I'm going to imagine things the way I want to. Whether like when I read books, like if they describe their character too much, I'm like, I don't even care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna imagine them the way I want to imagine them. Yeah. I will kind of take what you said, and then I'm gonna imagine it my way.
Own thing
so like, I kind of just scan
details
because it's just what I imagine.
Sure.
I don't like going in.
Sure. Okay.
Well, I guess now that you see me get back to my stuff, I start rifling through my bags, checking everything. You see a guy wearing kind of a tattered black cloak. Looks like he's had it for many years. Doesn't seem to be carrying a lot of money. He's just this like he's not like a homeless person, but he's lived on the road, so he's not like in lavish.
He could pass as homeless.
He could. He's definitely a vagrant type. But you see he's actually got a fine pair of clothes that's in his bag he just pulled out. He has them. He just doesn't wear them.
Why would he wear them on the road?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a good way to get robbed.
He's wearing like a white shirt, tunic, and brown pants, boots, and stuff like that. But it's all covered up with the black robe. He actually pulls out a hat from not like his bag because it'd be smushed, but like that was tied to it. It's like a witch hunter's type hat, where it's like kind of flat on top. Look kind of pilgrimish. Does it make sense to everyone? Mm-hmm. Van Helsing. And he has that. He also has a mask that he always wears when he's around people. She knows that.
Is he wearing it right now?
Not at the moment. No.
But he was last night, right?
I was when I was trying to intimidate them. It's just a wooden mask, very plain, kind of like a. It's kind of like from a grayish wood, and so it's kind of like almost like a silver, but it's not painted at all. It's banged up and messed up. But yeah, and hair-wise, he's currently has like a blondish kind of like dirty blonde hair.
Currently.
Handsome.
It's a strange word to use. Currently.
Got some wigs in that bag?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
You don't know me. Anyway,
Currently.
I currently have pale skin.
I
thought
you
he
were
had
tan.
I know, it was weird. Last night I was tan. Anyway, so yeah, that's me.
Okay.
I'm very handsome, very like ridiculously handsome.
Yeah, yeah, we got that.
It's got to be important. It's just the way it is.
Yeah. What about your character though?
Oh.
Hey, I'm not DM anymore.
But
You don't need to butter up to me anymore. No, yeah, he's even more handsome. Barely, but it's the glasses.
He's got a butt chin now.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing. I used to have that until I gained a lot of weight.
You got a little bit. Children.
How about
Blame
Demetrius?
it on them.
Demetrius is
Fine. Sorry.
he is fine. No, he's slightly
Nice.
better looking than an average man. Just
I thought you were going to say slightly better looking than Dorian.
I wish slightly.
I really wish you would have.
I thought that's where you're heading. I was like,
No.
okay, then. That's how it's going to be.
He looks in the lake.
So we all have those friends that are story toppers. I'm not that friend.
Oh good. No.
No, he is slightly better looking than an average human. He is taller than average, though. He is what you would consider to be a well into his adult life man. He's not a young adult. He is a full adult. He is scruffy from obviously living on the road. His hair is black and pulled
gross?
back. No, not gross. Just
Not greasy.
Just
Imagine
not-
we do bathe
just not-
regularly.
just
but-
not constantly, just not
Not
perfectly
groomed.
clean shaved. He's, I mean, maybe a little longer than my stubble, but anyway, his hair is kind of pulled back, not like in a bun or anything, but he just kind of it's kind of laying back, almost to his shoulders. Dark black. He's got green eyes. He's got pale skin, and he's in like monk's fighting robes, which would be kind of closer to the skin, and then he has bands kind of around his arms, kind of lacing down the arms.
Is it all black, or is he wearing
It's
red accents?
it would be
being a member of the
it would
Card
be
Order?
it would be black and red, and he does have a symbol
Okay.
that you might that they
You
might
told us
recognize.
about
wearing their sigil.
last night, didn't you?
Mhm.
Yeah,
He told us
He did.
about that he was on
that
the
I am
order.
part of the order.
Wait, you told us that?
Yeah.
He did.
But he's part
Are
of
you-
the demon hunters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
He's-
right.
he's
I
a blood
remember that.
hunter, yeah.
Okay,
So
I remember that.
so he is a blood hunter, and that's about what you see. He looks under like the bands. You can see the toned, long type of muscle, not big bulky muscle, but lean.
He's
and
not a
fast.
marshmallow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
All
not.
right.
He's not a swole bro.
I should zoom in right there when I
No
was
offense
like
to Swole Bros.
No offense taken by swole bros. I'm not a swole bro. I only know one, and he was pretty cool. He was very
I
swole.
used to go to the gym.
He was a marshmallow.
Yeah.
So you're lean. That's important to know.
Yeah.
So you're you're quick and agile.
Mm-hmm.
I said agile.
He has hardened
Agile.
muscles of a practiced fighter.
Exactly.
Okay, great.
So after we've checked each other out,
Give
Especially
each other a throw
Dorian.
up and down.
Yeah.
I just keep
Wow.
my wind doesn't my hair doesn't like flow in the wind, but I'm always like
Trying
Like,
to,
I was
trying to
looking-
So
imitate the
he-
effect.
I catch the rays.
He's got a
where I go.
selfie stick of wind, so he just kind of
No, I'm actually not into myself, but he knows he's handsome and he uses it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Great. So, you guys
Got to the road.
got to the road, and you know where you came from.
And where are you
point.
going?
But
Where are you going?
the point that the problem we had is that we didn't know how. We knew where we were going. We just don't know how we got to the side of the row.
Oh, I should. Oh. You did mention that you were going through your belongings.
Yes.
It didn't come to the front of my mind because I was waiting for you guys to do your thing. But when you were checking through your belongings, you actually found a letter.
I'm not gonna sing it. Guys,
I
Blue's
was.
Clues. Gosh.
You just got
And I.
background music. Do we have to pay for licensing on that?
Yeah.
Depends.
From.
I used 2 seconds of it. We just found cease and desist.
They know what we're talking about.
I kind of like look around to make sure no one's in the trees. Just like, did he get it? And then look at everyone else, and then just kind of like open it quietly.
So you're gonna open it?
I'm gonna open the letter
Okay.
and
That's why
just
it's
check it out.
twisted
Maybe
as
it was
kind
like
of
from one of
pencil.
my contracts.
Well, this is my
So-
eraser.
It is addressed to the Master of Information, Seeker Asum Emrin, who
I'm gonna need all
Yeah.
that information later. Seeker. Yes.
PDA.
I have to pay the
guys.
toll. It's a rule in our house. Deal with it.
Seeker Asum, A-S-S-U-M,
I'm glad you
Assume.
finished spelling that.
I'm
Emrin. Yeah. Yeah.
E-M.
I didn't want to assume what you were spelling.
R-I-
Okay, now
ING.
say
Okay.
that whole thing all over again.
Seeker Asum Emri.
Seeker,
He's a-
assume, Emery.
I know exactly what this
He
is.
has not revealed this.
Okay,
No,
I know.
definitely
I just
not.
wanted
But-
to hear it.
Yeah. And the
Are
letter.
you reading this out loud or not?
No.
The letter says, "We are aware of the void spots appearing seemingly at random." There's
Please
quotation
have to
marks.
player knowledge.
For the time being, we will not be accepting travelers, excepting by approved request. If we learn any information of significance, you will be informed.
Okay.
And it's signed by Captain Maina Rusala
Ooh.
on
Very
orders
official.
of the High Warden Tirilda.
It's really hard for me sometimes to like not
Captain
be like.
Maina?
So
Yeah.
I don't
Captain
know.
Maina
I
and
don't
by
know.
orders of
By orders of High Warden Tirilda.
High Warden.
That's why I have friends who are they have to
Tirilda,
play that way.
T-I-R-E-L-D.
So they have a notebook.
T-I-R-E-L-D-A.
Only what's in their notebook is what they remember.
Huh.
That's what
Okay, and I
You've got one.
I burn it. I put it in the little coals that
Okay.
are at our camp.
Lallaroo.
And I would say that you would actually know. Seeker Emring is on the council.
Oh, like in Iman?
Yeah, he's on the council of Tal'Dorei.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, snap.
Yeah.
All right. So
And
from
and
what I can deduce,
you
from
would
that,
probably
they're
know the
saying-
High Warden
Oh,
is
sure.
in Singbor.
Okay, so they're not allowing passage because of void spots. So would I know about like
No.
base
You're gonna
stuff?
have to
Okay.
avoid those.
Ah,
Oh my
never
goodness.
stop. Even if I roll my eyes. Okay, so I don't know.
I'll just
about
keep
this.
them rolling.
I
No.
burn it despite the fact that I'm unsure what exactly everything means.
Okay.
I commit it to memory the best I can.
Okay.
As I'm a bard, I constantly am
Sure.
trying to learn lines, so I feel like I got the message.
Okay.
Okay, and I turned to everyone and said, "We got our things, we're ready to go."
Did we ever find out where we are? Can we tell that by the landscape now seeing in this day?
Kind of wishing I chose that feat.
East
Um,
to south,
Maybe
northwest.
I never
maybe
knew
like
it
a
would be like-
survival or wisdom or something to see if we recognize where we might be. Since we're
roll
down the
nature.
road.
I would
May
Yeah,
I
roll
roll that
high.
untrained?
Yeah,
Yeah.
do it.
No.
Makes sense.
Rental of 5.
It's morning.
Well, when you ask the question, I don't recall how we got here, so I feel like I wouldn't make sense to roll with my intelligence. I just don't feel like I could figure that out. But I'd say, well, the worst that could happen is we could go down the road and find someone and ask them a question.
I agree with that. I would.
At any rate, we need food and water, and I don't think we have it in here, so
We don't have any food or water.
a few provisions for the road, but we've been on the road for days, so. All right.
Don't look at her too much.
Okay. So
So
we were just saying we're
you
gonna
had
get
just
back on the road.
you
I
had just read a letter and burned it, and so
And we were just talking about let's just
Did
go down
I
the road.
see him pull out a letter? Did I
That's
see
it.
him have the letter?
That's a good question.
he didn't roll stealth.
I did not. Well, I implied that I was being
He did.
careful.
He
Do
did.
you want me to roll stealth first or perception?
I guess we could retroactively do it. Yeah.
Just you
Mhm.
know.
So I roll 2.
Yeah. Roll insight.
Insight or
I didn't see
perception?
nothing.
Insight or perception?
Insight.
15 plus.
Nothing.
Am I doing sleight of hand or
Actually,
stealth?
no. Yeah,
What do you want me to do?
perception, Yeah.
That's what I
Do you want me
thought.
to do sleight of hand or stealth?
Stealth. Yeah.
Okay, plus 6, so 15 plus 6, 21.
I got a 17.
Close.
So you notice kind of a quick movement, but you have no
Just
idea.
looks
You
like
have
he's
no
shuffling
idea what
through
is
But I
happening.
masked
Yeah.
it like I
Mhm.
just be careful with my stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you're already kind of suspicious anyway,
Well,
so
I'm
you're
all-
going, yeah.
We don't trust each other yet. It's not like
No.
we're just like D&D can be a thing where we're just like we're friends because we're at a table. It's like
You seem a trustworthy fellow. Come, join our party.
Speaking of which,
However, you do know that you were traveling together
yes.
We've
Oh.
remembered
on
this.
purpose. No, you noticed it because of the camp order. Remember? You noticed how orderly
Yeah,
the setup
okay.
camp was,
Yeah.
and so you had realized that
Okay.
you had been traveling together.
We would have
on
laid down
purpose.
on our mats
Yes.
together.
Yes.
Not
Together.
together, separately, but together.
Oh, okay.
At the same
I wasn't going to say anything.
so
Who are you?
Demetrius, you're going to continue traveling with us?
If you'll
If
allow
that's
it,
what
if you'll
we're
allow it
doing?
for the time being.
I mean,
it's-
assuming that we were traveling together.
You know, there is safety in numbers, and you did not try to kill me last night. So, and as far as we can tell, we may have been traveling for a time together. So,
Well, the
Till I
more
learn.
the merrier.
And in my part, I'm sorry that I got a little upset last night. I was a bit out of my skin, as it were, and I normally don't act so rash, and I apologise to you for any threatening things I might have
no.
done or said. Like I said, these things are very important to me. These things, not on my
Okay.
sights. My hips are very important to me.
Can I see one?
I wasn't going to say anything.
My sword?
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you one of them, yes. And I take the not so fancy one off my back and I hand it to him. And I just say,
Okay.
but you see that my hand's a bit like shaky as I'm kind of like kind of holding it to
If
you.
I were playing, just let me add this in here. If I were playing a chaotic character, which I love playing, by the way, the first thing I would have done was grab that and chuck it.
And I would have reacted accordingly.
But no, I'll just
No,
I'll
no,
look,
it's fair. You do what you do.
I'll
Do
look
your
at-
character.
No, that's not my character though. That's the point. No, I'll look it over and see. I mean, examine it.
It's
for
not
whether-
fancy, but it's well maintained. Like super oiled, shiny, clean,
Mhm.
sharp. It looks pristine even though it's old.
Mhm. So like it could vertically cut a hair.
Oh yeah, probably. These are super
In the air.
sharp.
Yeah. I'll hand it back. It's a well maintained sword.
I
so-
take it back and I do this like flourish performance, and I try to make it
Oh.
land in my back,
Bards.
Nice.
and I do so perfectly.
I was hoping you would have just like stabbed yourself with it.
That's a
Like-
risk a bard takes.
He does a
But-
floof whoops and
You
chucks
should
that
know-
in.
My and I kind of smile
Right.
and I said, "By the way, I'm a blade dancer." And I bow to you just like in like this showmanship thing. It's what I do. You know, most bards sing. I perform various feats and acts of danger and make people swoon and fear for their lives and it's very entertaining to people. But I'm not trying to be all showboat here. I'm just letting you know who I am on the outside, just in case you ever get any ideas.
Well, this will be very, very fun.
You say or your character?
Oh no, my character says it. Oh, this will be very fun.
All right, so we start heading down the road. We apparently
Which
probably-
direction?
Towards if we're
Where
heading.
our
Okay,
foot
Do you want to
steps-
keep going the
If
way
we're-
you were?
if the
Yeah.
sun is north or south of us, I will, obviously want to go towards the coast, which
Yeah,
is
we're going west.
So
you
we're
want to
heading-
go? You want to go north?
Well, Okay, so we're
the
on
sun. The sun is to the east, to,
Okay,
to the right of the
so-
trail.
We
if
need to
you're-
head north,
Is the so
Morning.
is the road heading east west or north south?
north, south.
south.
So north, or
Okay.
assumingly, unless we're in the cold mountains.
No, you're not.
Okay, so
You're not.
Yeah, well,
In fact, it feels like it's late summer.
Oh no,
When was it when we left?
not summer, right?
Right? It was.
Okay.
It was
You've got a
actually
baby.
late spring when you left Kamal.
So now it feels like late summer.
It's hot.
okay. Well,
Curious.
I suppose we can go down. We can walk north until we find someone and kind of start watching for landmarks and start figuring out where we are.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. So. Oh, that's nice. They did scale in miles and not kilometers. Thank you. Thank you, Critical Role. I don't know how to read kilometers. Okay.
Just
We're
click them off
American.
one at a time.
I don't need to learn things. All right.
We don't use kilometers.
Right. Okay. So.
Trudging along. I'm actually going to get up my little flute and play quietly.
Okay. What is the marching order?
I'm probably falling up the rear.
Okay.
And I'm in the middle then.
I'm not much of a perceptive sword.
Put it
That
in the
means
front?
be the front. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not very
Which
perceptive.
is comfortable.
Okay.
Where he probably would go.
Okay.
I'm not a leader.
So you're traveling along as Dorian plays you.
And she's like picking flowers
Little
along the
jig.
road and like making a little bouquet and like making a little flower crown just to like.
So
pass
you
the
guys are
time.
walking a little bit slower then, because you're enjoying your walk.
Well, at a steady pace, but nothing.
What's the point of going faster when we don't know where we are?
Okay.
well said.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like that should be on like a bumper sticker or something. All right.
You should make it. Sell it on the channel.
Travel like a bard
It's
is
gonna be on-
following you.
It's gonna be so quickly and run. All right. So I stopped playing, and I'm gonna make a perception check and see if I can see if does anything seem familiar.
Okay.
At all? Does it seem fey? Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Does it seem like we're in a material realm type thing? 14 plus 1.
So 15. It everything feels real world.
Okay, that's what I need to know.
Um,
I need to know we're not going to be like travel, do a campaign to find out.
You're
just
still
we're sleeping.
feeling like sore and aches and pains that you don't remember having, but you had noticed the night before.
Okay.
Okay.
But other than that, yeah, everything feels like the real world. So.
Right.
You're traveling north along the road. You are noticing a farmstead as you are going. It looks in poor condition, like it's not being maintained anymore. You see an old crop and you know the scarecrow guarding it, and you actually notice more towards this little town that it actually looks to have been affected by what you would know as the Cinder King. Because he caused all kinds of ruin, so he's
So it's a wild crop. It grows on its own, falls.
it used to be a farm field, but
Right.
now it's
It just-
a wild
It
crop.
just does itself,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, and
Mind me asking what kind of crop? Is it just
Corn.
Like wheat, corn.
yeah,
Okay. Well,
corn.
I
Yeah.
go over and take a couple ears of corn that look close to the road.
Wasn't this a corny little farm?
Okay.
It's a little kernel for you
If you
guys
want
to
to just
enjoy.
bring her over here, Dave. Babies.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you have a couple ears of corn
Okay. Well, then I
to pack in your pouch.
put them on my pouch.
Okay. Actually, if you would roll Arcana, I'm assuming you are
No, I have 0.
you have 0 Arcana as a cleric, huh? David, do you have Arcana?
Do I? No.
Yeah, isn't that weird
None
that
of
I
you
have
do.
0 as Arcana? You did it.
Well, I'm just gonna say that you, as the cleric,
Have a better
Okay.
yeah, you
understanding
you,
of magic.
you roll I just want to see.
I just have really high insight.
I just
want
to see if you notice something. So.
Okay. Nope.
Okay.
This dice is. Can I borrow one of your dice?
We need to get you a bag, like just a big bag of D20s.
They're just annoying.
By the way, if you didn't know, there's sometimes a baby present.
It happens.
It does.
Take your pick.
All right.
I'm just gonna roll all of them and see which one rolls
There you
higher.
go.
So she like, how are you looking for like arcana things? What are
I
you
like
doing?
this stuff
You just
better.
kind of like smelling the air, or
I'm just right
What'd you get? What'd you get?
She's trying to figure out which one likes her the best.
Yeah.
as Julius
None of-
Caesar said,
none of them
the
like
die
me.
is cast.
Sorry.
Is that the one you're going with?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So,
Don't mind
We're
Ashley,
still-
she has rolled herself under the table.
oh my goodness. All right. So we are still at the farm.
Yeah. So
We
you
just-
you guys
Still
are
awful.
walking past
Is
it.
there
It'd be
a
a bad
house?
day.
Low enough.
Well, yeah. There's several
You just
buildings.
put it in a
Yeah,
raffle.
there's several buildings. A lot of collapsed buildings. By a lot, I mean there's probably less than a dozen buildings here. Like maybe it was some sort of farm that had hired help that had buildings that they were housing people in, that kind of thing.
So it shows no sign of current activity. Is what you're telling me.
I guess roll survival.
Okay. Nope. I mean, no. 1 + 1. 8, 9.
9. Yeah. So I mean, from what you can tell,
I'm far away from the road. I'm busy.
yeah, it looks. I mean, it looks pretty abandoned. Yeah. So.
I mean, we could check those places out, but it's probably already been scavenged. Unless any of you are thinking that we should go over and check it out.
It doesn't
How,
look like anyone's
how long
there.
have we been walking?
This probably is good 4 or 5 hours in your walk.
Oh,
I think
okay.
we should continue forward into the town a little farther and see if. You said this was into a little village.
It's kind of
Or
yeah.
we're passing through it.
It's more of like a
the
a homestead
farm is
farmstead.
the village. Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, maybe we should kind of hop off and see if there's anyone in this area, you know, that is alive, living.
Vagrants often have the best information, so, or
Yeah.
the most clever stories. We'll keep our wits about us, I suppose.
Can I roll a perception to see if I notice any signs of life around?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, not bad. 16.
16. You don't see any people, but you do notice that there are, actually footprints in the sand, and there's also, some animal prints. So maybe, there's several types of creatures that have maybe made their way through here in the past week or two. From what you can gather, you wouldn't know if there had been any recent weather or not.
So I'm going to turn to Demetrius, and as we're kind of walking through, I'm going to say, now, in your travels, have you heard anything about void spots? Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
I mean, you have your magics and your training and all that. Have you ever heard anything like that, or is it just...
Can I roll
Maybe
a
history.
wisdom or a history to see if I remember that? History is intelligence, yeah. Ooh, 20.
So you are aware of something called void magic, which I mean is sort of anti-magic. Beyond that, I wouldn't say you'd have a whole lot more knowledge of that.
Hey, that's good.
Well,
That's good.
I've heard in my travels. I've seen many things. I've been around for a long time, and while I'm not very familiar with void spots, I am familiar with this type of anti-magic.
I was just wondering, maybe we passed through something that changed time or our location. I mean, somehow we knew you, somehow we ended up together traveling. We don't have any memory of it. I heard that once in my travels as a bard, of maybe hearing maybe somebody had had cast some kind of spell on us, or we travelled in an area that the Fae had been a part of. Just kind of spitballing here, but I'm getting a little nervous. Losing a few months is a big deal.
It is.
A
I
few
mean,
months? I thought it was weeks.
Given
No.
But then you said the spring and summer thing. Oh my goodness.
Who knows?
I mean-
it could have been years.
I mean, it could have been a void spot. It could have been something to do with the Fae. I have no idea exactly how or what, but they definitely, had taken. They looked like miniature versions of us. They'd taken our possessions. They were doing
That's what worries
something
me.
that
What else
strikes
are they
me as odd, but I don't think there's anything that's going to happen to us again, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think
I hope
it's
so.
I don't think it's going to be a continuing. If and let's see if 3 months down the road we wake up again and this is the last thing we remember, then I will eat my hat. But I'm feeling fairly confident in that without knowledge of specifically what happened or why or how, but it seems like something was familiar. I mean, that's so. I mean, how far into the day are we? We're about midday right now.
We left at dawn, so
Right. Yeah. So it's probably 1 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So here's our question. Here's the question: do we try and? I mean, since this is a spot that could be safe and defensible, shall we stay here the night, or should we push on and try and?
player knowledge versus my experience as player knowledge, never trust an abandoned town. As my experience as a bard, never trust an abandoned town. I'd say that perhaps towns that are abandoned normally have some kind of story that goes with it. Perhaps the outskirts of town might be safe. That might be just me. I'm not sure.
That's well.
Does the
Who
town
knows
look
why it's
overgrown?
abandoned?
I would agree with that.
Like, does the town look like
We keep an
way
eye on it.
abandoned? Like
Parts of it are overgrown,
Ruined,
but it's pretty ruined because the Cinder King,
Okay.
who was, are you aware of
Tyrant.
that?
She's
Part of the story.
she's-
Yeah, he was a red dragon. He was a tyrant, part of the Chroma Conclave that tried to take over Tal'Dorei.
okay.
So the Cinder King he wrecked all kinds of stuff just
Okay.
with his fire magic and just
and how in our
created deep scars.
long
in the land
ago
all over the
was
place
this in
and
our memory?
not that long ago.
Okay.
Because you guys are in the time that Vox is actually there, so
So they're actually alive currently.
they're alive, yeah.
Okay.
And they're the ones who fought the Cinder King.
Yes.
So
Okay.
Basically, why the world is
Yeah.
safe.
yeah.
I would agree with you. I think even if we don't stay on the outskirts, perhaps
Disreputable folk will probably come to town if they see us in there and it's like a hideout or something. They might come back and we'll be sleeping in their house.
or perhaps we just continue past this town. I mean, until we're looking for someone so that we can recognize.
that's
where
a
to
good
go.
idea.
Let's
I
just
like that
press
idea.
forward. I mean,
Sorry.
this seems to be.
No, I think that's totally fair.
I agree. Yeah.
Fine. I'm not sleepy.
Yeah, we've been sleeping for who knows how long, so I say we press on.
We're rested.
Okay.
Right, we continue.
Okay. You continue down the road. Roll perception one more time.
Natural 20.
Oh,
I'm
really?
using this dice now, so you can have that one back.
Okay.
I perceive nothing.
So
It's good when the person in front doesn't perceive anything.
You saw a butterfly.
Natural 20.
exactly.
And I pointed out the butterfly. Hey, there's a butterfly. Oh, it's a
So
butterfly.
as you're exiting, well, you're leaving, and as you're catching sight of the last building, you actually notice that building is well maintained. Oddly,
What
I don't know
else
if you want to do anything with that.
What else do I see? Do I see like lights or
Blood painted on the walls.
You're not that close.
Smeared.
You're not that close to it. But let me describe the building to
Demonic
you.
symbols.
So it's actually the one of the larger buildings on the property. It's built from stone. It's not in ruins, and it appears to be maintained.
okay?
It's yeah, it's a 2-story building, so it's pretty large.
That house looks like someone lives in there currently.
Well, that's what we missed.
Well, that was a darn good looking butterfly if I've ever seen one. So,
Oh, right?
Yeah, it was
Wings?
yeah, there's all sorts of colours.
Do we
Perhaps
want to go knock on the
do
door?
a little rat-a-tat-tat and see if there's anyone inside. And
Yeah.
That sounds like a great job for a bard.
It is a great job for a bard. I go and knock as politely and loudly as I can.
So you guys are a good distance away. Do you want to go to this building just like by the main road, or are you going to be coming?
So
up
it's
to
like off the side of the road?
So yeah. So imagine, okay, you're traveling north and south. This is all off to your right, and
That's how
you
I-
guys were starting to pass this large building. It was the last one that you'd seen, but I mean, it's probably, I don't know, 400 or 500 feet away from you.
Oh.
So you'd have to walk over. to
Hermits
it.
and stories are always good to talk to. Perhaps we just stop by, see if they're interesting, see if they know anything. Perhaps they know about this. Maybe they did it. Maybe we.
Do we have any reason
Get
to
a bite
think
to
that
eat.
we need to be careful in this area? Because
No.
it doesn't
Not
look
that
like
I know.
anyone's here, and there
No.
doesn't look like any kind
Only
of...
we would be.
If you're
nervous
asking
as
me, no.
players.
No, I'm asking.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even know where we are, let alone. I mean, so there's always a certain level of distrust, but this is a little
Right.
homestead and
Okay.
something's maintained. We
Okay.
might as well go knock and see if there's anyone that
Maybe they're
can
new
tell us where we are.
homesteaders trying to restart after
Yeah.
the cinder.
All right, I'm going to, for the sake of being like ready. I have my little light crossbow. Is it little?
Is it a hand?
It's not a hand.
Oh,
It's
is
just
it?
a light crossbow. I mean, it's not like this fortified huge thing, but
It's
it's
just little?
about yay big.
Well, I just get like a bolt ready on it, and I have it like at my hip,
Gotcha.
and so
Okay.
like if I need to, I can go. You know.
Mhm.
Quick draw.
Okay.
Is
So
that how you use a crossbow?
Yeah, they have
I need to
triggers.
watch some more.
They have triggers.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So-
They take a while to reload, but they have triggers.
okay.
That's
so
why I loaded.
I'm just gonna do a quick little drawing for you guys over here. So this is the building here, and there is a road here, and there's another road way back here. But you guys were over about here when you saw. Well,
The building.
probably not that far.
Yeah.
but
and what
yeah,
direction
you
were we heading?
You were heading this way.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, if you, I
And
mean,
is
if you-
this is like fields right here, I suppose?
there's a little shed right here, and that actually also appears to be well maintained.
And this is a field.
Yeah. So it's not exactly farm filled, but
Just like a.
there's like broken
Tall
fence
grass
and
and
yeah,
stuff.
a few broken buildings. There's some other buildings off here in the distance.
And they're all broken.
Some broken, yeah. But for yeah. So
So we're just gonna cut
I'd
across the
probably
field.
Just go
probably
straight across.
gone right there. Yeah.
okay.
Are we passing the scarecrow?
No,
Good.
the scarecrow is back this way.
Would I, as a bard, know anything about like scarecrows, like specific demonic types?
Um,
I mean, it's up to you.
There's demonic scarecrows.
Yes, they're not fun.
I wouldn't say.
I don't want to do player knowledge, but at the
right.
same time, untrusting as I am,
I mean,
I'd be wary of anything that looks like a person.
Maybe you just like
Just
Day
my
of the
personal-
Dead stories, kind
Right.
of fun stuff.
Right, folktales.
Yeah.
And that's what I grew up on.
Yeah.
So I'm a little wary of anything that
Yeah.
looks inanimate.
Uh-huh.
All right, as long as we're not
I
passing
don't
it.
trust that rock. It's got a weird look about it. What, me?
That's what I need to do next time. Is mention
Yes.
there's a rock.
Yeah.
You notice a rock.
Nina
She
thought
thought
that
it
was
was fun,
funny.
yeah.
The DM mentions it, I worry. Because I used to be that guy. You're not me. Not everything's trying to murder you.
Right. Okay.
You heard the joke about the fighter who walked into the tavern? He walks into the tavern. Oh, I can't remember it. Hold on. I'll see if I can find it. We'll come back to that. Bookmark.
All right. So you're gonna go to the door. Who's knocking?
I'll be knocking.
You're knocking. Okay.
Dorian.
So I walk up,
Yes.
quite confidently, nervously, but
Ah.
confidently outwardly, and I knock quietly, but loudly enough that people won't be totally disturbed, just in case.
Sure.
Before we
But
do that,
I'm preparing
found
dissonant
it.
whispers, just in case the inhabitant opens the door and tries to stab me in the face.
Sure.
I found my joke. It's probably one that people have heard before. The barkeeper asked why we carried weapons on us in the bar. I said mimics. The barkeeper laughed. The party laughed. The table laughed. We killed the table. It was a good time.
It's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite things of all time. Whoever made it was brilliant.
And I'll send you that so you can put that up.
Oh, I already have it.
And then you can find it.
Yes, I know it is. I have it in my progress currently. All right, I knock, preparing dissonant whispers just as a precautionary, just in case the person within tries to stab me for no
And I have
reason.
my
Sure.
I always am prepared.
my
for
hand just kind of
explosive
near
engagements.
the crossbow.
So you knock, and after reasonable amount of time, a minute, you don't hear. Nobody comes to the door. But you're closer to the building now. You're seeing that it actually has a couple of turret-shaped things on the sides.
Right, on the sides. Yeah, little towers.
It's not exactly a castle, but I mean,
I got you.
It's definitely maybe
It's
where
like
these people would have defended themselves.
a German type.
Yeah.
Medieval.
Yeah.
Even Irish, because remember how they would have the
And
rectangular.
despite nobody answering, you actually smell some really delicious smelling food.
Oh, right. We're about to get eaten by witches.
Knock again.
I say in a joking way, but I kind of half laugh.
Uh-huh.
And I say, well,
Which ones?
Is there a backyard?
if it's a hag, I'm out.
So the yards actually are not maintained.
It's just the house and the shed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Against my better judgment, I'm going to try to look confident for this one. And I go up to the window and try to peek in.
Sure. So the windows are actually all shuttered.
Well-
Shutter's not the right word. Curtained. They're all curtained.
Well, if there's food present, that means someone's
Shuttered.
making it. I have a set of thieves' tools on me. I turn around to everyone.
I don't think that's a good idea. Just
Probably
saying,
not, but I'm
because
just letting you know.
if we're trying to
if
get
you want to get in.
information,
Yeah.
then
I'll just sit back and watch you, whatever
All
you
done.
choose to do. If you want to break in,
maybe they're in
Not
the
necessarily.
shed. Because we
I'm
saw
not
that
necessarily want to
shed
break
back
into
there.
someone's home. They might be just
Is there a
sleeping.
window?
I hit
Is
it.
there a window?
There are windows.
But they have
Can I go
curtains.
peek in a window?
No,
They're-
they're curtains.
oh,
We
they're
just tried to do that.
Yeah.
I bang on the door louder.
I'm gonna
Oh,
turn
my
around and
this
go
daughter.
towards
And I make
the.
myself known, and I say probably hide, just in case I get dragged in, murdered, or otherwise
I'm
drawn and
gonna
quartered.
kind of like back up and like kind of walk towards the shed and be like, "There's the shed back here too. That kind of matches the house.
There
Should
might
we
be
go?"
bodies in there. I say.
Well, then we'll know that we should leave.
All right. Well, if no one answers the bang, it was not very nice.
Yeah, so you actually do not get a response to your knocking.
Fine, we go search the shed.
Check yourself with Catboy.
That's funny. I'm glad it's good to not be DM and have a baby
Mhm.
because now I can actually help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Shed. Demetrius. Thoughts on whether we should go to the shed or
We can go look.
Bust
It
through
may
the
be
door and ask
locked. It may
questions.
be guarded. We'll just head back
at this
that way.
point, necessity. We need to find out where we are and why.
Yeah.
Does it look like anyone's
So-
been there recently, like on the ground? Like, do I see like foot?
The road actually is traveled.
Oh,
Done.
I know that's what she keeps saying.
Choosing
All
all
done.
And
All
I
done.
had this drawn a little bit differently.
We ask ours if he's done and like all done. He's like, duh,
Duh.
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 And if he wants more, he does this.
Nice.
Slams on the table. He's like, more.
When Henry's
That was
all
delicious.
done,
I'll have another.
when Henry's all done, he usually will throw his plate off the table. I'm like, you're a 3. Stop doing that.
We're past this.
So you guys came to the front door. So I don't know if are you just gonna go straight to the shed, or are you gonna walk on the roads?
On the roads.
Yeah, just walk on the
Okay.
road.
So
There's
as
no
you get on
reason
the
to go.
road, you see you notice this large, what probably would have been like the common house where they kept the help.
Okay.
It doesn't look like it's in the greatest condition, but it's not totally falling apart like everything. And then you see this pond that is black. I mean, it's just black. And so
As I notice, I just pull out one of my swords. Just kind of, I go kind of like peek at it a little bit. And smell of good food, Black Pond. We should probably get going.
Okay. I don't know, so.
Anything out of the ordinary in a non-ordinary place is probably somewhere we won't want to be.
So I'm just gonna start walking back where we came.
I am going to check the shed though out of morbid
Okay,
curiosity.
you're gonna check the shed.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm just standing there like, what? I
Okay.
thought we were leaving.
I said probably.
So it's this whole like, should I continue going to the
Okay,
road?
so you're gonna go to the shed.
Yes, unfortunately.
Is everybody?
Yeah, follow
I
us.
guess
Look
so.
around
I'm
and
not
you'll let
gonna.
loose
I'm
thing.
not gonna
Okay,
be standing for
I'm
I'm
myself.
losing faith in this quickly.
So you go to the shed, and are you gonna try the door? There are no windows. It's a shed.
I'm checking for any magical wards or traps that would
So
keep it, because if it's not part of their main house, they probably keep it locked in some manner.
maybe
is
do
obviously
maybe
a
do
she
two
shed.
rolls. Do an Arcana roll and do a
So first one's Arcana.
familiar
okay,
with that?
and then
She
do
shed?
a.
It's like a man cave.
Check for
but it's
traps.
You don't see any traps, and you do not sense any magical
So I try the
Yeah.
knob, try to open it up.
It is open.
Alright, I tell everyone that it's open and I'm going to just peek inside.
It's not very big. It's maybe 5 feet by 10 feet.
I peek
This
inside.
seems very familiar in a weird way.
I keep my sword ready as I kind of like tap it
Deja
open
vu.
a little bit.
Okay.
Just get ready to.
Okay.
What do you see?
It's pretty dark in there. The only light that's coming in is from you opening the door, and it is the middle of the day. So you see cobwebs, and you see some shovels and rakes, and
Okay.
they look like they've been in use, and
Shovels and rakes.
in some tree cutting blades that aren't in use,
Uh-huh.
and you actually see a key in there.
Alright, I pocket the key. Just grab it. And I go to I'm starting to walk, just like trudge back to the door. I said, I'm just holding it in the air. I have a key. I'm just gonna open the door and say, hey, don't mean anything. Are you deaf? We are asking for help.
Okay. So you're just gonna bang on the door again?
It's better to ask for apologies. No, I'm opening the door.
You're just gonna open it. Okay. All right.
I'm just standing back and very curious at how this is going to turn out because I've lost faith completely that anyone lives here.
Despite the
Despite,
smells and-
yeah, I'm just this. No one's here, or
Okay.
not that anyone doesn't live here. That they're not here right now, and it's not doing us any good.
I'm
Okay.
gonna check the door for explosive kill me traps.
okay.
Explosive.
Before you try to go in.
Nope.
You
I,
don't
seems
I
notice
vaguely don't
anything.
want. I'm just like, is it?
Yeah,
It's fine.
Not really checking that hard.
Does it open to the key?
It does.
All right.
Yeah.
Dorian, I
push-
think we should
I push
go.
open the
I think
door
we
with my
should go.
sword and be like,
I think we should go.
excuse me, is anyone here?
We should go. Let's go. Let's go.
We're not running to rob the place. Don't mean to scare you, but you're not answering the door. We need some help out here, and you're not answering me. Why?
Very well put.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. So nobody responds to what you're saying, but you do notice that there's some nice looking furniture in there. It just looks kind of like a normal.
All done.
Just kind of looks like a normal house, kind of. I mean, other than the fact that it's big.
That it's
and
not normal.
It's well in the middle of nowhere, but as it is itself, it seems normal.
Well, while he's doing that, can I roll a perception to see if I see anything kind of like any movement, any sign of life, like
Sure.
in this building or anything around
Sure.
us? No. 9.
9.
9.
I'm going to, since my spells have come back. You finish telling what you see, but
Yeah.
You think you hear the water moving?
oh no.
Is it
I'll
windy?
turn. Is it windy?
I don't know. You rolled a 9.
Is there wind blowing?
Maybe a slight breeze.
Yeah, but not enough to stir water. I'll just
She is small.
being somewhere near the door. I'll
We're all
turn
doing
to
it
kind
now.
of face the water and just like not turn and face, but kind of look over my shoulder. See if and just kind of keep an eye on that for what's going, if there's anything there.
Sure. Okay.
Done, she says. She's warning us this time. All done,
All
guys.
done.
All done.
Should we go?
All
All done. She's been saying this for like the last like the rest of the day, all day.
That's funny.
Okay.
All done. All done.
Well, in the interest
Looks like a
of...
what?
So I don't hear that, but I'm going to do perception on the house, like inside, and see if it is what I see. Like,
Okay.
truly what I see.
Okay, you're wondering if you're being tricked.
Yes.
Curse your
no.
sudden but inevitable betrayal. It's my favorite.
No. I mean, it seems pretty normal.
I don't go in. I'm literally trying
Click-
to get their attention.
Right.
And I might have gotten it.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So I turn around and I look at both of them and say, "When's that turn?" I don't want to just come into their house. I just want to get their attention.
Well, let's just go then.
Yeah,
Let's just go.
probably for the best.
So, as
I'm sorry, I
you
pointed it out. Let's
as,
just go.
as you turn around to leave, you hear a voice, Dorian.
I love voices.
Inside. Well, it's not like a voice, but you just hear somebody call out to you, and it sounds like, "Jonathan, is that you?"
And I do my best Jonathan impression.
Okay.
Oh boy.
And I say, "Darling, yes, I've returned." 15 plus 6.
Yeah. And she says, "Oh, Jonathan, it is you. And who are your guests? Who have you brought with you?"
It's no important, dear. You mind telling me what's going on outside? The pond's gone black.
Pond?
I draw both my swords.
We should go.
So let me describe her to you. She,
Do I see her?
yeah. Yeah, she saw you, which is why she
We're still
called out to
outside.
you. So she's like this little lady. I mean, she's probably 4'5", curly white hair.
I love being a bird. Yes, I'm Jonathan.
And when she's listening to you speak, she's kind of going like,
So she's old.
yeah, she's. "I'm sorry, you'll have to speak up, dear. I can't quite hear anymore."
The pond's gone black.
"Oh dear, would you mind taking a look at that for me?"
I'd much rather you take. You're right. I feel bad about killing those little kids. No, ladies next. I say, do you mind telling me what you're cooking?
"Oh yes, I was preparing. I wasn't sure if you would be coming back today or if it was going to be Kevin, but I had some food being cooked today."
How long have I been gone? I forget. I'm old.
You don't look very old.
You don't see me in the right light. I step in. And I change.
We're outside still.
Yeah, well, just through the door.
I'm
Yeah,
going
so-
to kind of like
Can we see what's going on
semi-shut
a
the
little
door.
Okay, what's that?
and,
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to look frantically around the house for any kind of picture.
Picture?
Paintings,
Oh, photos.
pictures.
Okay.
Not like photos, but like paintings of them as a couple.
So,
And I
Okay.
I try to find one
It's
and
a
make
couples.
myself look like an older version of whatever I see.
okay.
Because it probably
Okay.
was done years ago.
Okay. All right.
Hopefully
So
something.
So
Otherwise,
yeah, you see a painting of her, probably a younger painting of her, standing next to a man in a uniform.
I make myself look like that man, but older.
Not necessarily a military uniform, but yeah. Okay.
But they would know. That's fine.
And so she gets a second look to you, and she hobbles up to you, and she says, "Thomas, you've come back?"
Oh, I thought you said Jonathan. I thought you said Thomas. I apologize.
And she just starts to weep, and she says, "I buried you 15 years ago."
The thing about that is,
Necromancers.
when you buried me, what I roll? 7 plus 6,
13.
13. It's not, okay. Adjust it accordingly. When you buried me, I wasn't quite dead.
Have I died?
Here's the thing. No, you haven't. I've been trying to keep it secret. I'm on a secret mission from the government, from the Empire, and I just had to stop by one last time to see my dear Ma.
And she she slaps you and she says, "You would leave an old woman. Come here." And so she goes in for a hug.
She reeks, doesn't she?
No.
Okay.
No.
Alright. I'm in this awkward situation where they're with the pond thing.
I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna push open the door.
You see two old people hugging.
In Dorian's clothing.
One of them is wearing Dorian's clothes and swords.
And in hand, I actually never put them away.
Oh, that's right.
I'm just awkwardly hugging a lady with swords.
Well, are you facing like away from me?
Away from you.
Okay. Hello, excuse me. Where are we? We're travelers.
We're in my home.
Well, yes, but where is your home located? What is the name of this place?
Oh, it's so small we didn't give it a name.
Well, that's dumb. I mean, oh, okay.
What's your name, dear?
I'm Bree.
You're one of Thomas's friends? Do you work with the government?
I turn around and I do my very best to convince you. I just go.
Yes.
Oh, well, come in. I have some food.
Do I hear all of this going on?
Oh, we have someone else
Imagine you would.
here.
Oh my god, listen to me.
Okay. What are we having?
Well,
I'm gonna roll a perception to see if I do hear that.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think
I think you.
yeah.
I think you would.
I
mean,
like
you're
this.
just outside the door. Yeah. Oh, and you brought another friend. Who is this?
He's my boyfriend. I'm just kidding. He's an
You
associate.
wish.
We work together.
Oh well, the more the merrier. You're all welcome.
I'll enter just with this, like, a painted face of total confusion. I have no idea what's happening.
I'm actually gonna do a perception check on the old lady.
Okay.
To see if she's actually an old lady.
Okay.
I don't buy it.
Okay.
What is
14.
that? 15.
15. Okay.
Do I sense anything off about her?
She seems like
She's genuinely an old lady.
seems like an old lady.
Okay, in that case, I say, yes, friends, come on in. And I'm just sitting there looking like another person.
Shouldn't we be on our way, Thomas?
Yes, absolutely.
What?
Read.
Well, you can't leave. This is the first time I've seen my husband in 15 years. Take him away.
I thought that was your son. Yes, my darling. I mean, my darling, yes. I've grown quite tired of travel.
You did just look at a painting of her with some guy and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, we must be quick if I must away once more, and I will return.
When is the last time you saw your children? Tell me.
To be honest,
We're not allowed to see any of our families. We're breaking the rules.
Oh,
I am sorry
The
that I'm
laws.
making you break the rules with me.
We have to
Bree.
go. Let's go.
but wait, I have some food ready here.
At least make us a sandwich.
We'll take
So
it.
Respectfully.
So she walks you.
I mean that in a non.
She walks you into the kitchen and you smell sweet, cookies, and you see some cooked bird and there's.
You've let yourself go.
There's
Eating all the birds.
So how long have you lived here? What was your name?
Oh, my name is Imelda.
Imelda. Well, it's
Yes.
a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, you too.
How long have you been here?
Our family has been on this farm for the last 60 years.
60?
Yes,
60.
yes,
And
Yes.
you've always lived here?
yes.
Were you born here?
No.
Okay.
How old do you think I am, darling?
I ask her. I forget
You're an old
things.
woman.
You remember how I kind of forgot things once in a while.
And she's just like,
Is the year whatever year it
What
is?
year is it? Yes,
Good.
yes. We are in. I forget the name of the months. I have.
It doesn't matter, but is it appropriate?
It's late summer, nearing fall.
And it
That's
was-
why we have a crop out this year. Or at right now.
Where's everybody else? Is it just you?
Well, I thought Jonathan or maybe Kevin would be back, but
Who's Jonathan and Kevin?
My boys.
our kids.
Taking a wild swing.
When's the last time you've seen them?
Oh, they come here pretty regularly. They take care of me, so I cook them meals.
And you're,
Probably get
when's the last time you saw them? Yesterday? Earlier today?
They visit me once every few days.
And I'm so terribly worn from the travel. They were
You'll have to
soldiers.
forgive me, I'm an old woman.
They were soldiers,
But-
dear. Correct?
Huh?
They were soldiers, correct?
No.
Good. Right, that was me. Just have to make sure we're not going to get attacked by 2 young men.
She just told me she's not old. But then she
Is
told
there-
me she's old. I'm so confused.
Is there a map or something hanging? Or?
I'm sorry, dear. You'll have to speak up.
I'm sorry, I decided to
That's
make all
okay.
the noise.
That's me perceiving, looking around the room. Is there any maps or anything of the area? Or
So it was the
anything like
DM calling you, darling. Okay. Just making sure I'm
that? Oh,
aware.
darling. I have that effect on DMs. Don't fall in love with me.
So you don't see like a hung map anywhere, but you know there's some books on the shelves, and you
With
felt like if
provincial
maybe
maps.
if you went through one, maybe you would find a map or something.
Okay.
So,
Darling, I forget. I, again, tired. I'm not trying anymore. North or south to Amont?
Oh, Ahmad, where? They're to the north.
Oh, good. Like many miles.
Take a look at this real quick. It's like 40 miles.
40 miles, yes.
40 miles!
Boy, okay, right.
Okay.
I'm right. I see.
Please sit down. I have some food for you.
I'm not myself today. Sit down.
Thomas, I haven't seen you in 15 years. You're not going to sit with your wife and have some food?
As long as all we're doing is sitting.
Yes.
I sit, but I don't put my swords away. I just place them on the table in front of me.
I'm going to like peek out the window and see if I can see who I assume to be Kevin or Jonathan coming.
Okay.
With a posse.
Do you want me to roll or do you want me to just look?
Go ahead and
I'm
roll.
just gonna look.
Go ahead and roll. You're looking out the window.
6.
So, whereabouts do your sons live? Do they live across the way in the other?
Oh, they live much closer to Emon.
Okay.
Yes.
And they come and visit you every few days?
Yes.
Wow.
They're the ones who
You're a
take
good
care of me.
mother.
I'm an old woman.
Kevin,
Are you an old woman?
Yes.
Okay.
Kevin and
But
who?
she's not 60.
The DM. Kevin and who? I'm not asking her. I'm like,
Jonathan.
Jonathan. Yeah.
John.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you live here completely by yourself. You know, in between the times that your son comes to visit. What happens if like something happens? Like
We've talked
take
about
a
this.
bit of a
bandits or something. How do you defend yourself?
Oh, bandits wouldn't kill an old woman like me.
Oh, well,
That's what
that's
scares
not
me.
Especially,
entirely true.
especially
but,
when I give them food.
I look over at you and I just.
Wait.
The other room. I'm trying to indicate. Let's go to the other room. Excuse me, darling. We must step over here for a second.
Oh, do come back. I have food for you here.
Yes, food.
I think we just.
I
I'll
had
let
a
her
really
finish the
big lunch.
conversation.
But you know, don't let us stop you from enjoying your food.
We ate our own birds. As I step out of the room, out of earshot from this obvious witch. Just kidding,
Am I
it's
near the?
probably
We're in the kitchen. Yeah, because we're looking at the food.
We
Can
stepped
I like?
into the front room.
I want to look at the food and see if I can detect any kind of thing. Because I mean, I have like medicine
Sure.
knowledge, and I want to see if there's like
Check for poisons.
Especially because she was like, I just gave the bandits food, so I'm a little like
Well,
Where did she put the bodies?
all right.
She has shovels.
Or we're
16.
just being
16.
very mistrusting, and she's thinking that kindness would keep her alive,
Yeah.
which is also very realistic.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, the food's not poisoned.
So I turn
Everything
to you.
smells lovely.
As we're in the front room, as we're in the front room, as I'm like looking through things, as I'm not like stealing, I'm just looking through for valuables just in case.
Sure.
And I'm just opening drawers while I'm talking to you, and I just put it back in drawers. I'm like, what is the likelihood that she's going to be some hideous beast? Not that it's common, but
Low. Really, I think quite low at this point. But
she's alone in the woods. Well, practically in the middle of nowhere.
that we know.
She has food prepared
Eh,
for bandits.
not
No,
for
for her
bandits,
I'm not.
for her sons. But no, I'm not gonna eat this food. But
I'm her husband. I've got to eat it.
well, then we'll leave you behind, and we'll see you later.
I said, we need to get away out of here. I start.
Just
Right
walk
away.
out the front door.
Why she gotta chase us? Or what if she can? What if she's some kind of evil bog hag?
You have no faith in the world.
Well,
No,
it's getting quite late, and we should be on because we promised we would be in.
I'm sorry,
Mon,
I'm having a
but-
hard time understanding you.
We have to go. It was so nice to meet you, Imelda.
I can't help but notice your peculiar skin color.
Yes, it's not important.
I don't get a lot of sun.
It's true.
Oh.
She often wears a hat.
Oh,
It's the
My.
skin condition you see. She's quite ill.
She
We need to
has-
get her to her
oh,
mom
you're sick.
immediately.
What's the name of the disease?
She has the leprosy.
Something that's very contagious, so we have to leave.
Roll deception.
Crap.
Great.
She has the low. She has 0. No, -1.
I knew this. You rolled a 2. Of course you rolled a 2.
So you got a 1. She says, "My dear, you shouldn't fib to an old woman like that.
I'm sorry.
This is the first time I've seen my husband in 15 years."
Can I
But
see
I'm in
that
love
he
with
looks-
him.
Can I see that he doesn't look
She's
like
just
Dorian?
like-
Yeah.
Very
yeah,
obvious.
Yeah.
And I turned to you and I noticed you glaring at me. I knew this was coming. And I was like, it's a simple spell. It's an illusion. I guess
Our
so.
best chances, we just
Leave.
walk out the front door. No explanation needed.
I thought he was going to roll against me, so I just... Alright, that it. Okay. Right. Perhaps we should. We have 40 miles to go. That's
I just like.
She's just stuck in the kitchen with her. We walk back in. I walk back in. They say, darling, I must
Yes,
go
dear.
fight some more. I said,
Don't
With
break
the
the old
two,
woman's
yeah.
heart.
You can't leave.
with the 2, yeah, she
Just
might
got
believe
here.
that. I say, well, I'm sorry. And I
Is there a back door in the
give
kitchen?
her the rest of my gold, which is 9 because I gave one to the imp and it died. And I felt wrong taking it back. And so I just handed it to her and said, this is all my wages. I hope it serves
Is this
you
supposed
well.
to make up for 15 years of being absent from an old woman's life?
I got
She
robbed.
just. I start like inching out of the room. like,
She's getting angry with you now.
we should go.
And I say, on every summer's breeze, I thought of your eyes and your
And
skin,
I'll look
and I just believe that everything that has passed in our lives will meet again, younger and happier. And this life it's hard to come out of an accent that you've
Yeah.
been practicing for 8 hours. And someday I'll make it right with you.
And I'll look at Breeze while he's doing that little monologue, and I'll just wipe my hands off and walk out the door.
So she,
I'm gonna run after you.
she's listening to you while
And
you're
I
doing
like
that.
hold her, like bring like a romance novel, just like grab her.
As you open the door, there's a man standing in the doorway.
Jonathan! It's so good to see you!
It's like a sitcom. I can hear the laugh track already.
He says, and who are you?
So your name is Jonathan?
Yes, I'm Jonathan.
I keep my back to the
I'll
door and
step-
I'm just
I'll
like,
step-
Is Kevin here?
No, so I'll step out and I'll close the door and I'll say, and the,
monk him to death.
so here's what happened. we have no idea where we are. We were just trying to find a way to figure out where we were, and My friend is an idiot. So your mom told us, we're about 40 miles from Imon, so we're just gonna go, and she's got dinner for you, and all is well. So
he says, "Wait just a minute. You've been in there with Mother?"
we went and said hi, but then we're leaving on our way out.
Tell me you stayed for food.
I have not. I'm not. I'm so full. I couldn't. That's your dinner.
Well, it would be a mistake to leave Mother's house without eating.
Why is that?
Well, you just simply don't want to upset Mother.
Oh no.
Well, I have not upset her. It's more. What was his name? What was
Thomas?
Thomas.
No, the
Dorian.
husband's name.
Oh,
Thomas.
Thomas.
It was Thomas who's upset her, and then I'll just say,
Dad?
you might want to just go. I'll open the door, and then I'll just kind of lean against the door frame and
Gotta
just
roll some
watch.
persuasion.
What does Jonathan look like?
Good question. So he's an average height man. He looks exhausted. I mean, he's just dark circles under his eyes. He carries a sword probably because he's traveling. He's got a scimitar, and his preferred weapon. And other than that, he's kind of an average looking guy.
Not handsome, not ugly.
Not particularly. That exhaustion look
He's a
doesn't
yokel,
really help you
right.
look very good, but yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm romancing an old woman.
Posing as her late husband.
Episode 2, and I'm already romancing an old woman. And I've already
After you killed him.
after I killed some kids. I mean, that's a part. All right. Okay.
Thomas, you're not even gonna kiss your wife.
To kiss your lips would be death to me now because I've missed them forever as I travel the roads. Please roll high. Yes.
She believes you.
She believes that this romantic dribble that I'm throwing out at her.
And she
Meanwhile,
says,
the reason
"You're
why I know
such a
this-
soppy romantic."
I'm looking
And
at, like,
she's
novels that she
like
has.
playfully slaps you in the face.
And I playfully slap her.
Are you kidding an old woman? This is not a party that I want to be a part of.
She slaps me. No, I'm just kidding. It's like on the arm, not on
just
her
like
face.
All right, Thomas, we
That would
should
be
be
great
going now.
interchange.
Let's go. We have to go.
And I knew that the door opened and someone said, "What are you doing here?" So I'm like really nervous about what's going on.
So he's actually entering, and he's closed the door, and he has his back against the door.
Oh no! It was I opened it and leaned against the door frame, and I'm
okay.
watching
So
what's
he's
going to
letting
happen
this happen.
inside.
Okay.
The door's open though.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
going towards the open door because I'm like, let's just.
Love's an open
Okay.
door.
I know that
I'm
it's gonna
stop
be
there
one of
so
the
we don't
kids.
get charged.
I know it's one of the kids, and I have a plan. So I say, "Dolly, would you make us the rest of the food and put it on plates? At least in some kind of to-go bag. We have to go, and I'm sorry, and I've already explained this. I have to go talk to Jonathan for just 1 second. I don't know that it's Jonathan. I just heard you say,
Sure. So she yells out, "Jonathan, come in here!"
No, 1 second. I need to talk to you.
He's coming in.
And I kind of like, Jonathan, it's probably strange that you're looking at me right now. I'm not Thomas. I whisper quickly. I'm his brother.
He's
He
very
didn't
confused.
know about me. I'm sorry that I look like your father, but clearly I'm not.
He should.
But she doesn't know
He
that.
says you would fool an old woman.
No, she believed it, and I didn't want to hurt her feelings. I just had to tell her of
I hope you make this deception.
of some
roll.
some
I really
some
do.
gold that your father left, and
You-
I meant to come and tell you.
You've been out of our lives for years and years, and now you show up telling my mother that you're her husband,
I turn
who
her-
is dead 15 years.
I turned around to you, was like, wait, so he has a brother? I come back. Yes. Sometimes the truth is the best lie. And I rolled deception. 10 plus 6. 16.
That's
It's
not.
never terrible.
Well, I don't really know that it's a deception, but he beat you either way.
Dang it. And I just kind of just sit there smiling expectantly, not knowing he believes me or not.
He says, I don't believe your intentions here are wholesome.
You must be right. We must be off then.
And just then she speaks
Should have
up.
done.
And she says, I'm sorry, but you won't be leaving. And the
Yeah,
door
not as
goes
much.
to force its way shut. Are you going to
I
try to
knew-
force your way in,
I
or are you
knew.
going to be forced out?
That's Demetrius.
Strength check. Saving throw, I guess.
Hey, it's coming at you fast. I knew this one was going to try to murder me.
That would be a 17.
Very good. So you can force your way in, or you can.
I'm glad
choose
I
to
didn't
be
put
out.
my swords away.
In.
Okay.
Do you?
It would have been forced in.
Okay. Okay, so you force your way in, and the door slams shut behind you. Just then, okay, so Jonathan draws his swords.
Ugh.
And
Sword singular.
Is there not trying to like? Oh gosh, she always finds the loudest thing. Not trying to like jump rank or anything, like what we're doing, but is there? No, I don't want you playing with that. That's too loud. She's like, you took it.
She's starting to throw.
Would it
me
be
in
weird
trouble.
if I tried to calm the situation before we started swinging?
Before we roll. Yeah,
It's up to you guys. I mean,
What's
we
it-
can.
what's it
I can
called?
do it in order.
Initiatives.
I can do it in order, but it's up to you.
it's up to him.
Yeah.
Okay, I will allow you to roll for a
Intimidation.
intimidation.
Ooh.
Okay, all right.
I'm going to kind of like. I'm not going to cast because that would be an action, but I'm going to look at him in the eye, and I'm going to clink my swords together, and I'm just going to say, "Look at them. I'm not here to hurt you, but I will. And if you don't let us go, clearly this isn't what it looks like, and clearly I'm not like this. But I can make you very, very sorry for locking us in here. Put down the sword, or I make you put it down."
Oh wait! You
Fair.
rolled before. Am I near him?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I touch him before he, and I cast guidance,
Okay.
which is a cantrip.
So she's like,
So it adds 1d4 to your checks.
Okay.
okay, so I add a d4 to my +6 there. So
You gotta slow your rolls.
slow your rolls. So 6 + 2 is 8 + 6. It doesn't need it.
Okay, well I tried.
So
I heard him. Alright,
he says, there are more of us than there are you.
that's what I was afraid of.
And
But wait, she said she only had 2 sons.
Bandits,
so
witch, hag,
so
black
so
I told you we should
before
leave.
your eyes he begins to alter his form, and
your favorite.
he
Demons.
he becomes a lycanthrope on 2
Oh.
legs, and he's wielding his scimitar.
How far away is he?
As in a werewolf?
Wear something.
Wear something.
I mean, you could roll to find out what exactly if you want
Bet
to.
he's a
but,
were
so.
rat.
What's that?
How far away is he?
So you are standing in the doorway.
Yeah.
The kitchen was back here. So I mean, realistically, you're probably 30-ish feet.
Nice misdirection with the exhausted. That's nice. That's good.
Well, that's actually part of this creature,
I bet.
if you knew. But that would be player knowledge either way.
I figured.
Yeah,
I've read too many books of these books.
So, roll initiative.
Yay!
Oh,
17.
What a time to do that.
Natural 20.
What a
Nice.
Did you
time.
do
Nice.
20?
Yeah.
Nice. I got a 17.
13.
I think I have a plus.
That's pretty good.
You got a what?
13.
13,
I don't-
17,
Yeah.
and 20?
It's pretty good for me.
Okay.
After Alara.
She's just a beast. She could kill everything. She could wipe
In
this
my
room
initiative,
in a
I
second.
was always first. Well, most of the time.
Okay. All right, so that will be the order. They're actually going to go after
Is
you
she
guys.
changing?
No.
This town is probably full of them. All right.
Oh, snap.
You first.
Then,
So we are killing the old lady.
well, the lycanthrope is closer to me, so
Yes.
so I'm going to.
Because he just walked
So
in front
I'm
of you,
gonna. Is he in melee with someone right now?
He is not currently engaged with anybody.
Okay. Then I will.
Although he is preparing to engage.
Is he within 5 feet of him?
We're probably facing face.
Yeah.
Because my question is,
Yeah.
if I come up behind him, he would be flanked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then that's a
Advantage on
advantage on mine.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
so I will move up to him, attack, and then use my bonus action to attack again.
Okay.
Do I get advantage on both of those for him being flanked? Should I look that up?
Well, is it a multi-attack or is it?
It's 2 single attacks. It's so that's
you-
part of my.
You roll a d20 each time.
So that's
actually
as
how
part of
my
my
character-
as part of my martial arts. I get a bonus attack if I have a bonus action available.
I would say with your first attack, he probably would be turning around to face you, so probably not.
Well, the point of being
Yeah, the
flanked
bonus
is that you have someone in front of and behind you.
Right.
So
Right.
his
You didn't write down what
the
was
advantage is being taken because he's having to
You're hitting
focus
him
on
in the
2
side
sides.
or- Sure.
No, because there's someone in front and behind him, so he's having to do multiple things.
Right. Well, okay, I'll allow it. Yeah.
So I can look that up if you would like.
No, well, let's just play. We can look it up
Okay.
another time.
Okay. So
Hey, it's our game.
Yeah.
first attack.
If we want to change it later, we
Woo,
can.
that's a 25 on that, and that's a 21.
Nice.
So
You have 2 weapons?
No, he gets
Oh,
to strike
oh.
twice.
I
He's got
just
2 weapons.
Yes.
I forgot. You are a monk.
I do have 2 weapons.
Yeah, I know.
What are their names?
Tumble.
Would you prefer the damage together or separate?
You're doing the same attack. You can add it up. Yep.
So. $17 points of damage total.
Wow. Okay.
monks are-
So
So it would have been 8 and 9 points of damage.
okay.
So 1 hit and then the left for the second.
Okay. So you see him transform into some sort of wolfish creature, and you immediately take action. You run right in there, and you actually kick him behind the leg because you hit him where they're weak. So you kick him in the back of his knee, and while he's down, you make a strike to his face, just, and it really just you connect. You actually felt bones crunching underneath your knuckles.
And that was without advantage.
Yes, that
Because
was.
I'm going to look that up before my
See,
next turn.
next I believe was
See,
Dorian. Or Thomas, should I say.
I'm Dorian Thomas Basque so far, so I'm sure that list will grow.
Thomas moves in for an attack.
Good old Thomas. All right.
So you still look like Thomas?
He never said he wasn't.
Why waste?
Would
an
that be
action?
an action?
It's an action,
No.
and it hurts every time. All right. All right. So I go forward, and my racial,
Nina.
my trait.
Yeah.
Hold on. We gotta. Can't.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's not gonna pick up.
Yeah.
So, interesting thing about this is that my specific type is I blade flourish. It's
Okay.
my style.
Okay.
I actually get to add my extra +4 damage
Oh, nice.
to my second attack,
To your
which
attack.
normally you don't with the dual wielder. But
Oh, I
as
see.
as
I
this
see.
particular bard, I
Uh-huh.
picked instead of dueling, I did dual wield.
Okay.
Anyway, all right. So I'm going to do 2 rapier attacks. They're
Okay.
both bonus +6 because my character is
Mm-hmm.
OP. But I still might miss. It's 11,
Okay.
and then the second one is a 21.
Okay.
And so I'm going in. I guess I'm feinting the first one. I'm attempting kind of to strike,
Uh-huh.
but the second one I'm going straight for like the heart.
Okay.
Are you
So
attacking Jonathan?
Jonathan.
so
Since he's
as
already getting him. Yeah.
So you move in for the attack, and you pierce him straight through the heart, and flecks of blood go flying onto Demetrius. Sorry, Demetrius. You get a warm splatter of blood in your face.
And you said that that Imelda hasn't changed.
So
He's
6 damage.
through the heart. I mean, he's on the ground.
I wouldn't really miss.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I know exactly where to go.
Yeah.
And Imelda hasn't changed. She still looks like an old woman.
She's kind of backing up. She looks like she's afraid.
I flick the blood away, and I say, "It didn't have to be like this."
Is he dead? You killed Jonathan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's dead.
Appearance sakes, I'll cut his head off later.
And she says, "You wretch! You killed my son!"
And I bow. Who's next? Was that you?
It was, What's your action?
Punch her in the old
But the thing is, she hasn't attacked us.
She made the door shut. I'm sorry. I'm not, unless I'm speaking that.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, you're going to open the door and let us out, please, or this isn't going to end well for you.
And she says, "I don't think any of you will be leaving here."
Okay, I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead.
What is it?
Toll the Dead.
What is that?
It's a cantrip.
Okay.
You have to make
She has to pass a wisdom save, and we did need to know what my save DC was.
All right. I need the computer.
Oh.
Because I
We'll take a quick time out to look this up. So so there's this like weeping, angry woman as you throw your spell at it, and as you sense it touch her, she vanishes.
never trust an old lady.
And and just then you see her. You see her coming out of one doorway, and you see another her coming out of another doorway, and you see another her coming out of another doorway.
3.
Is that what you rolled?
Mm-hmm.
Oh crap!
So there's 3 of her.
I'm 3. Oh.
I got that back. I point at the one closest to me.
So she's pissed at you.
I killed Jonathan, and I tricked her. Well, I don't think she was tricked at all, but
So
kind of, she might have. All done.
Hey.
you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
That's cocked. 13 plus 6.
19. Okay. So you take half, but you were both standing. You all need to make a dexterity saving throw. Actually,
Something about that.
Do I add anything to it?
your dexterity modifier.
Right here?
Saving throw. Your saving throw modifier.
oh.
Yeah.
This right here?
Yes.
What's your save? Do you have save bonuses on there anywhere?
It
Written
would
down?
be plus your 2, so 3.
Oh, okay. 3. I don't like this sheet. I think we need a new one. I can't find
It's a ton of
anything.
work. Do you really want me to? If I can.
All right, so 16.
You'll like that.
16.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pajamas.
And
Okay, so I need to roll a dexterity saving throw.
yes. Mm-hmm.
25.
Nice. So you all did really well.
At least it's half.
Yeah. So let's see. So as you notice these Imeldas emerging from these different doorways, a 5-foot sphere of fire bursts in front of you. And so
Did you cast fireball?
you all no
Okay.
so you all dive definitely, but you take 4 points of burning damage, and
Get
just
singed.
everything in
That's
that area is just catching on fire.
That's already halved.
I
Yes,
just
that
like
is
to
how
fix
it- yes.
anyway. And the door is locked.
Yeah. Well, you would assume so, anyways,
Huh.
judging from the way it was closed.
Right. Well, so is it all of their turns, or is that her turn?
That is her turn.
Assuming there's no other people.
Top of the round.
They're gonna come out of the woodwork.
And how far away am I at this point?
So you would have dived away from this sphere. So I mean, take your pick. There's 3 of them. You're within 30 feet of all of them easily.
Okay.
Because this is a room. So I mean, we're talking
Yeah.
about maybe a 10 by 15 foot room. So you guys are probably pretty close to the edges of the room, but big
I'll,
flaming ball in the middle of it.
I'll run to the nearest one and attack. I'm doing I'm guessing I could get there in one move action.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll attack and then I'll use my bonus attack to have a for my martial arts to do another attack.
Okay.
So that is a 16 on one and a 25 on the other.
Okay. So as you make your first strike, she vanishes. Wasn't her.
Okay.
And so your second swing, while you had it cocked and ready, kind of you're swinging at nothing basically.
Which one did you attack?
So I didn't really map out the room. I don't know if you guys feel like you need one.
Yeah, let's if you don't
hopefully.
mind.
Let's say that this is the kitchen, right? Well, and so you came in through this doorway. There's a doorway here and a doorway here. And so there
Are
was
we
one of
in
her
the
that
kitchen?
emerged from each of
Yeah.
these, yeah.
Okay.
So fireball. I mean, I would probably say the fireball is just pretty much smack, close to the center of the room. So I don't know
So
if you
she's
want to
in
make a
each
decision
of these
on which.
places.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh,
She
okay.
just
But
came in
until
through the
you get
doorways,
one.
yeah. So I don't know if you really.
Well,
would
coming
have made a
from here
preference.
probably would have been
Would have
there.
been,
I
yeah.
would have been right.
She would have really been coming in behind you. So maybe out of a startled moment, you turned
Yeah.
around and just.
Punch her.
She's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, and she vanished. Poof.
Okay.
Hmm.
I think only
Which
one
leaves-
of these is the
which
real
leaves
one.
one of these in each of these doorways.
All right, I target that one,
Top one. Okay.
and I cast Dissonant Whispers.
How much?
3d6 psych.
Okay.
So,
So
she
14.
has to make a.
Has to be a 14.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang it!
Oh my
This
goodness.
woman, I swear. Well, in that case, 3d6,
She did that
but
on
she
mine
takes
too.
less,
She takes half.
right?
On a successful save, the target takes half damage. Doesn't have to
6.
move
Nice.
away.
3, 5, so 11, 12, 13, 14. She takes
7.
Okay.
So as I whisper harshly, you've trapped yourself.
So you see her cringe in pain, and she closes her eyes, and as she opens them back up, they're like blood red, shot, and she's looking at you, and she's angry. She says, "First, you killed my son, and now you tried to kill me. You think you'll make it out of here alive?"
I don't think any of us will, but at this point it doesn't matter.
Which one did he
I
attack?
The one at the top.
say in Thomas's voice. I'm messing with her, speaking in Thomas's
Sure,
voice.
sure.
I'm going
Which is just my voice at the
cast. Oh, and you hit her, so she has been damaged.
Yes,
okay,
the one-
I'm gonna try Toll the Dead again. So
Same spell.
it's a cantrip.
Cantrip, she can do it
Okay.
over and over.
Okay. So she has to beat.
No,
Yes.
1d12.
Yeah. So that's which one's the D12? This
That's
one?
an 8.
No.
It's
No. Which one? This
Sorry,
one?
you did 7 damage.
Yeah.
You said, Dave?
it's this one.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah, that's right.
2.
Hey, hurt her.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that?
They take 2 necrotic damage. 2 points of
2
necrotic.
necrotic, so she's not healing from it, is what you're saying.
Is that what that means?
Necrotic is hurts. It's just demonic.
So the flaming globe that's in the middle of the room goes flying at Thomas. Just bam!
Oh,
And,
good. Thomas isn't here.
You need to make a dexterity save.
I do those in my sleep. 13 plus 6.
It's super weird not having more than one attack.
Where-
With Alara, I had like 4.
At 5th level,
So-
I'm going to get another attack, so that means 4 potential
So-
strikes per move. That's nuts.
You didn't move.
Oh,
I'm still at the door.
None of you guys moved. So I guess you all have to roll saving throws.
Am I keeping my
Dexterity?
You're taking half.
Natural 20.
Yeah. Natural 20, nice.
12.
I'm going to say you successfully evaded it entirely. What?
12.
12?
Just doing your monkey flippies?
Yeah. So I'm actually going to say that you probably moved up here, probably, where this would have moved more down here to where you guys were. So you take 9, you take 4.
Okay, so I've taken 8 damage so far.
Yeah.
-8.
I'm always interested in different players, because there are two types of people. People that count their damage down, people that add it up.
I add up.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Same number.
Doing the
It
both
is.
at the same
It is,
time.
yeah.
She really is climbing your keys. Alright. So whose turn?
I think
just
that's
saying
my
how
turn.
strong
Yeah,
these
it's
guys
your
are.
turn then. Oh.
Yeah,
So-
top of the round.
Alright, then I would have run at this point, because I moved up in the room, I would have run across to the one that Dorian had whispered at, like that direction, the one by the
Okay.
the end
The
door.
one at the north
Yep,
end
uh-huh.
of the, well, that's not north technically,
Yeah,
but yeah.
but the upper part.
Actually, that is north.
Yeah. So I would have moved
That way.
and then attacked, and if that hits, then I will use my bonus action attack again. That's a 25.
Nice. Okay. Well, yeah, that's you. So yeah, your first, you do hit her. Yeah.
Okay. So the first one did 9 points of damage, and the second one is a natural 20.
Nice.
Great.
So, do you want me to roll damage? Do you want me to roll percentile? What do I?
I don't have crit charts prepared.
Are you wanting just double damage?
Yeah.
On this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So that would have been 18
Nice.
total.
After your bonus?
Yeah, after the doubling. So, it
So
was
the
9
first
double.
one was 9, and then
So
the
first
second
one
one
was
was 18.
18. So 27 total. Holy cow.
That's
That's a lot.
Yeah, monks, man. When they land their hits, especially with the natural 20.
I rolled a 19 and a 20.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty hard to mess with those kinds
So
of
it was more like a knee into the ribs, and then
So,
and then she doubled over.
As you land your first blow, I mean, you feel that she is way more solid than she should be.
Suspected that.
Oh, yeah,
Which it's
clearly.
making sense at this point.
Yeah.
It's not surprising me.
And then you land your second blow, and she smiles at you with like a bloody, toothy grin.
And I attempt to take that off. And I see him just land some solid blows. So I'm going to do something that I had learned quite a long while ago. I'm going in for a defensive flourish. So what that means is I expend one of my bardic inspiration dice. The damage equals the number. So I add a d6 to my damage. The damage equals the number you roll on the bardic inspiration dice. So you also add the number rolled to your AC until the start of your next turn.
Oh, nice.
So the damage plus it adds to my AC.
Cool.
Not that she uses any melee, but it gives more damage.
Yeah. Okay.
So her, of course, I'm gonna miss. And then that one was a 17 plus 6, so at least I hit the second one. And then a d6 added to that damage, which is a d8. 6, 7, 8. So while he punches her and she's smiling at him, I just run up and just try to ram her. But I realize also that she's probably really thick.
So yeah, you was that two
It's a
strike?
nerd.
Was that a 2-strike attack, or was
Oh,
that just 1 strike?
It's
It was
a toy.
2-strike.
Huh?
2-strike.
It's not a
I
real
missed
salt
the
shaker.
first one.
Oh,
For
okay.
anybody
Well, I mean,
watching,
yeah.
Sure.
it's just a
Sure
toy.
So she moved unnaturally fast out of the way.
The first one.
Don't
I mean,
get up.
you were already kind of expecting something
If-
unusual, but she kind of just like,
Did she
second
move
one did.
out of melee with me?
what's that?
Did she move out of melee with me?
No, he's attacking her.
Okay.
So she's not making an action. She's just
She's just
taking
dodging.
hits. Yeah, she's just taking hits.
Okay.
She keeps slipping. Is the problem.
Just wanted to make sure I didn't
Yeah.
catch what you said.
But the
Yeah.
second one did hit for 8
Right.
damage.
Yeah.
Just making sure you're aware. of
Yeah.
the
So you actually got her right in the chest, and you feel your sword just sink in, and you're like, "Ooh, I'm stabbing an old lady," but she's
And
obviously
anything that moves like
maniacal
this and
and-
does stuff is not.
And she just bellows, and if you can imagine an old woman bellow.
Yeah.
So am I near her?
This isn't my
like,
first rodeo.
It's my turn, right?
Yeah. it is.
Am I like within like touching distance?
I'm glad I
of her?
didn't kiss her.
You could move. You could move to her.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
And I'm going to use inflict wounds,
Oh
which
yeah.
is a melee spell attack.
And by the way, the whole room is kind of
Catching.
on fire.
Yeah.
And it says
We're aware. We
Okay.
just kill the thing and run.
so it says on a hit.
Not like going up in flames.
This
but
is all
like-
happening very.
This battle is hot.
So on a
I'm glad I
hit,
didn't kiss her.
the target takes 3d10 necrotic damage. So does that mean I roll a 20 to like see if I can, or like what?
to,
Because
to
it's
see if it's a hit.
yeah.
you mean?
Because you're trying to
Hold on.
touch her.
That's
so
what
yeah.
it's yeah.
So you have
Is
to.
that
what I do?
It's her touch AC.
Yeah.
So it's,
What does that mean?
That just means it bypasses any armor that she has, but it's just basically
You just have to
her
put your
base
hand
and her dex.
Yeah.
Gosh, I've been
We
rolling
have been
so bad. Whatever.
Well, everybody's kind of piled up on her, and
I missed, so I just kind of stepped back again.
she's really. I mean, she's really creating a struggle.
I've just,
She.
as a bonus action, can I like look for like a way out of like the house, or like this room? We're still in the kitchen, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so being a kitchen, it probably isn't as burning as bad as say maybe the living room would, or
Okay.
one of
So the whole house is on fire.
no,
No.
just wherever she's sending that orb, stuff is catching on fire.
So what's
Sorry. Just give it a second.
Oh no, I'm thinking like what your
Naked baby.
it would have been a 6 on there because it's the melee spell attack. So it would have been the attack plus the roll. But I'm assuming
So she would have rolled a 6. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
okay. I'm just
yeah.
in my
Yeah,
brain.
yeah, you're good.
Okay.
So she, yeah, you see the exit to the kitchen. The living room doesn't appear to be on fire.
Okay.
Yes. Let's go in there now.
So she actually takes a step back.
Then I get an attack of opportunity because
you?
of my feet.
Okay.
Because if she disengages in any
Do you have
way,
a sentinel feat? 'Cause that's one.
Okay.
I'm smart. You're
Okay.
smart. I was gonna do
Okay.
it, but I was thinking you would.
Make your
opportunity.
opportunity. Yeah, make it.
So that would have been a 10.
So she's kind of in survival mode, and so she was ready for it.
Okay, that's fine.
And
I
she
figured that didn't
yeah.
fit her AC.
yeah. So she creates 3 more of herself.
Oh no.
So there are 4 of her standing in front of you.
Oh.
How close are they?
They're standing in the same spot, basically. I mean, they're all right in front of you.
Good.
Like they're in a line, basically.
Good. Is it still your turn?
It was her
Oh,
turn.
reaction.
Right.
That was
yeah.
reaction.
So now it's his
Now
turn.
it's his turn.
Yeah.
I'm going to. So did the one that I had just had the attack of opportunity? Did she move, or is she still there? And then there's 3 more around her?
You can't be sure because it was magical in nature.
Okay.
So yeah, I would say you couldn't be too sure until you make your move. She actually makes a roll to see if you hit her or not.
Okay.
So I don't know if you noticed that's what was
Does that
happening.
mean I lost that
Okay.
spell slot?
Yeah.
So then I would have moved up
I've never
into
got that
melee
way.
with him again,
Okay.
Because it never actually.
and
touched
and
or
taken
worked.
another swing
Okay.
at him.
So did I
Oh
lose?
jeez, that's an 8 on that one, and then I'm going to use my bonus for another hit,
Okay.
which is an 18.
I should have kept
Okay.
that dice.
So
Yeah, he's the only one rolling good numbers. We're all
so
just
you
like-
hit
more
you hit her, but it's She vanishes.
Okay.
Did you want to make a second attack? Because you can do that, right? Or is it only if it's against the same target?
It's so that was my bonus was that one. So the first one was
okay.
an 8.
Yeah.
I missed.
Yeah.
Because she dodged it, and then the second one was my bonus attack.
You wouldn't want to make an assumption because it is a mirror image, but you're right. That would have been it. The mirror images have a lower AC than the actual.
Oh, really?
creature. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, that's the one. Like, okay. Let me.
So did I lose that spell even though it didn't hit?
I'm not sure what the
So-
rule is on that.
It depends. It's your interpretation. What I always did, if it didn't function, like they actually couldn't get it off and it didn't work right, the way they didn't cast it, I always
Because I
just
didn't even
didn't count
touch
it.
her.
Yeah.
But it's up to you. You could say she expended the spell to try to use it, or you could say she didn't actually.
Because I
use
didn't
it.
even touch her, and that one I had to use.
So you're wondering if you have another spell slot. Is kind of
Is she lost?
Did
it, is what she's wondering.
the
Yeah,
first
do I
one
still
hit?
have that one?
And that's when she disappeared, or was it after
It was
the
the
second?
second.
Okay, then
It
I
was the
wouldn't have
second,
been
yeah.
able to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, then we're good.
Yeah.
But I am in melee with them, so if any of them
Disengage.
disengage, I get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Or if they attack anyone but me, I also get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
All right, David, your turn.
Sorry, there's
I know.
a loud beast.
Oh, it's 10:39 too.
We're just
Let's,
gonna finish the encounter.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, in that case, I see him going up to the one, and I'm gonna make an attack, slashing attack for both, as another one of my bardic inspirations, and it is okay. Because the weapon to deal extra damage to the target you hit and to any other creature in your choice that you can see within 5 feet.
Okay.
So the damage equals the number you roll to the bardic inspiration. So she will take the other one will take the whatever this is. So
Okay.
so the first one's gonna take both the hits if I hit,
Okay.
and then the other one's gonna just take.
Okay.
No, it was on.
15.
With your modifier, what is? I mean, just out of curiosity, what is it?
That's 11.
Okay.
So I miss on both of them.
Assuming you miss on both of them.
I'm just missing and missing.
Well,
and missing.
let's be honest. The room is on fire, and there's a whole bunch of
Yes.
weird.
I'm like this trained swordsman. I'm like,
It's. I wouldn't say that that's quite what it is, but
I know.
There's. Yeah.
She's swatting it away, or
Yeah.
yeah. It's a fight.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So I didn't have to use my.
I'm going to. So did I?
I'm gonna say you spent it. Yeah.
Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good. I'm going
Give you a chance to be
With the loudest beat. She's not crying. She could be crying.
I'm going to do. What did I write there? Radiant damage. That's what it was. I'm going to use guiding bolt. That's what I want. That is a ranged attack,
Okay.
and okay, all right.
Yay.
What do I add? This? What do I add?
You always had your attack modifier. Oh,
Oh, right here. Okay, so it's 17.
Okay.
Is that a hit?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm because how many are there?
There's 3 of them.
There's 3 of
There's
them.
3 left. And the one that hits vanishes.
Okay,
Yeah.
this sucks. I'm done.
Well, no, because then
just
it
walk
narrows
out.
it down.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a
There's only 2 left. So each time, this is random player knowledge. Each time she loses one, she's got to roll a higher number for you guys to hit the wrong one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm losing my spells and my one good roll. I just.
So she. So she is actually.
When I'm DM, I'm just kidding. I will get you back.
Whoa. Hey,
Just kidding,
I'm
that's
letting the
never gonna
dice roll how they will.
I know.
So-
I'm just teasing.
So you see, she just screams. She's just ah, and you see the bloodshot in her eyes is actually filling her entire whites of her eyes just to be totally red.
Okay, so as a bonus. Oh, sorry. Sorry. No. Keep going.
So she actually is drawing the flame ball into exactly where she is. So the two of you
How many are
standing
there?
near her
How many are there?
need to roll a dex save.
There's two. There's two left.
There's two.
So as like a I don't know. Can I do like an insight to like see which one is the one?
Sure. Oh, no.
Because is that what we're trying to do? Like, am I misunderstanding? Like, because we hit one and it's not the right one, right? And so we're trying to hit the right one. I'm thinking of it like in Link, Ocarina of Time, the Poe sisters. That's what am I thinking it correctly? Or like
It is like that.
you know, where it's kind of like that idea where we gotta hit the right one. Okay.
Yeah, except when you hit her, she rolls to see if you hit the right one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
does that make
I'm guessing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And
So
she has to be at a number for you to hit the wrong one. So if she rolls low enough, then you hit her.
12 insight.
So 12 insight would tell you it looks like she's committing suicide.
Oh, okay. Don't worry, she's killing herself, guys.
I was tired of her anyway.
Withdrawing that flame in, is that an area attack?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 5-foot radius attack. So with you two standing near her, you both need to roll a dex save.
Me?
No, these
Oh,
two.
okay.
24.
Okay.
Why not? What is it?
What's your? Was it 6?
Yeah.
What do we add?
What is that though? 6, so I got 12.
12.
6.
Okay. Nice.
Your constant sound.
Okay. So you take 3 damage. You take 1.
So
And she draws the flame in. You see the two images merge into one, and she drops to the floor in a flaming heap. And she's just burning. She's on the ground. She's burning. You can hear some popping and hissing as you smell burning flesh.
That's unsatisfying.
Did she kill herself?
That's what it looked like.
We're just like,
Are we still acting turn by turn on this?
You're no longer in combat.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I will say, as a cleric, you sense there is a powerful magic presence. You don't necessarily know if you feel like it is dangerous or malevolent or anything like that.
okay.
But as a cleric, I would say that you would probably feel that.
Yeah, there's powerful magic here.
There's something, yeah. Mhm.
With that, can I run over to the front door? I imagine the kitchen is still on fire.
It's burning, yeah.
Yeah. Then I will run over to the front door and see if it opens.
Okay. It opens.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm running after him. You come too. I grab him and I pull him out.
Okay. Okay.
Do you let me take you?
I reach out with my mind
Okay.
to read its thoughts.
What's thoughts?
It's dead.
There's a lot of
Allegedly.
magic.
Nice. Non-malevolent.
Oh, non-malevolent.
She did not sense there was malevolent. Not that
Oh.
you would know that. She didn't say that loud.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
Well, I guess I would waste the spell then. I'm gonna reach out and see if there's anything in the vicinity of
Okay.
us.
Okay.
Basically, to see if she's alive.
So when
Probably should
you
have done some kind of check on that, huh? I'm not familiar with the cleric, guys. I'm learning.
That's okay.
No, you're fine. We're all.
So actually, as you reach out with your mind magic, you do sense a consciousness, but it is not hers.
Okay, I'm probing it. I'm going in. And I have to roll for that. Because I don't have to roll just to see, but now I'm going to get into its actual brain. Do I sense any surface thoughts? Because I do sense that it detect thoughts.
You sense a craving for power.
Good. Where in the world? I can't focus 'cause
Yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah.
I'm doing my best. Okay. Alright. Wisdom shoot. Target must make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning. if any, emotional state, something that looms large in its mind
I'm
or thought process?
I'm actually gonna say that you're gonna have to roll rather than the presence.
Fair.
Sure, I was like, sure you want to use that dice? Well, of course it works for you.
19 total. Wisdom.
19. So
I really have to try. Like, I'm just like.
Sure. So I mean, so you're really probing it. You're probing it good.
I'm a bard. It's what I do.
So no, as you push on his presence, you notice that it notices you.
Good. And then as I am connecting with whatever this thing is, I kind of just say, show yourself or leave.
So
you know who I have with me, and I like kind of like show it the cleric and its light power, and I'm just like, if you are against us, we will cast you out.
Cleric,
So
as in me? Oh.
so nobody comes out, but as you're still kind of in there looking around, feeling things out.
As she's like dragging me away, as I'm just like connecting with this creature.
You notice kind of a mild green glow coming off of this old woman. Not off of her, but
I go up and I
glow.
stab her twice. In the fire. I don't.
Your sword easily slides in and feels like you're just slushing around guts and burning flesh. And the glow wasn't coming off of her.
Just was checking.
There's a glow near her person.
Near her person.
Yeah.
Is it a physical object?
Do you want to look for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Leave it! We're leaving!
It's you notice the glow. So as you go to investigate, you notice a small thumb cell sized pebble.
I don't touch it with my hands.
Okay.
I take a handkerchief out of my pocket and I pick it up carefully without touching it.
Can I see what he's doing since he... Nina.
She's like going to the mic.
Since he, since I was pulling him and he stopped and he's looking around, can I see what he has?
I'm not trying to hide it.
Trying to hide it?
I'm trying to determine what it is so we can destroy it.
And is it, do I see it glowing? Was it glowing? Can I do,
And you were going outside.
a check
Oh,
on
yeah.
it? I don't know if it would be religion or insight or perception. Arcana. What kind of check?
Let's do Arcana. You're trying to determine what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, Arcana.
Always search the dead.
Twice.
Either way, I'm
6.
carefully. I'm like making sure my hand doesn't come in contact. Even with the cloth, I'm like grabbing it quickly because it's on fire. Everything's on fire.
I know.
And then I'm gonna come out the door.
Okay. So,
And then warn them and say, "There's something here. I can sense it."
what's your AC?
My AC is a 16.
Oh, I say in Thomas's voice, but I shift back to Dorian.
So,
Is that present still?
you sense it within the stone. Where are you? Okay. Okay. So, this is just how I see it. As you guys exit, Demetrius is being held by a tentacle, reaching across the path from the pond. And that's where we'll end the evening.